Shalom. Man, I made a video about how I just want to be left alone, man. Just leave me alone. But then I also talked about in that video how a leader is born out of circumstances. So, in the certain circumstance, it's because these devils won't leave me alone. I told you about last night how a lady come to my dwelling, talking about she's from the Census at 8 some o'clock in the night, 8:45 at night. That's unheard of. Anybody with common sense knows that there's more to this story than what. So, I've already given a declaration. I've given notice for the record that I am an American. I'm an original American. I'm Aboriginal. I'm indigenous to this land. I'm an Israelite by bloodline. And then if you put a byword to that, you would call me a Choctaw, a Chatah. Of course, that's connected to the Cherokees and the Creeks and all those. But I never signed no civilized declaration. I'm not owned by the state. I've given them notice of who I am and who I'm not, which I'm giving you public notice. This is for the record. I am not a corporate entity. I'm not a straw man. I'm a living, breathing, sentient being. I'm a man created by the Creator, whose only I'm subject to by right. Then I didn't read the notice. When I opened the door, the notice fell on the ground, so I kicked it over the banister. So more likely it has to do with the census. Talking about, some kind of notice talking about the census. But that does not apply to me, because I'm not I'm not an entity. I'm not a straw man. I'm not a legal fiction. I'm not none of that. I'm not subject to the corporation. I'm free. I'm exempt from the corporation. This is for the record. The name Anthony Pooler Sr. I have right over that name. I'm the authorized representative of that name. The name that my mother, the name my mother authorized to a living sentient being. And she never gave, nor did I ever give anyone operating on the left-hand side through the corporation authorization to create a straw man, legal fiction person, or nor did I neither hire or myself, nor my dad, gave them authorization to create a clone of me. That's basically what a straw man is anyway. That's the early foundation of a clone. Now they've gone further now that they make physical clones. But I'm not a clone. I'm a living sentient man, full of the Holy Ghost, full of the living spirit of the Most High Yah. See, I never want to be a leader. But through circumstances, I have to stand up, being who I am, a man. And being who I am, a man, that brings forth the leader in me, in the circumstance. So I'm not going to sit around here and let these people do what they're trying to do. Because as I looked around, when I went outside, of course, there's other people that's working in the location or the place near where I dwell. So I don't see any notices on any other doors. So this is gang stalking, targeted individual type of stuff. And I'm not ashamed. Like I said, I'm not ashamed to say who I am. I'm Aboriginal. I'm indigenous to this land. I am an original. I come from original people. I'm an Israelite. Now, if you want to talk about like I said, you want to talk about the bywords, I'm not Negro, I'm not black, I'm not colored, I'm not none of those things that they use. And then they want to identify the Choctaw to the indigenous people. Well, if you're going to use that term, and that's by right, that I could use that term as well, but I'm an Israelite. That's all those terms fall under Israelite, those so-called Native Americans. But also I'm going to use the term that's also found. Let me get this other book since I'm here. Since I'm here, this is the Webster's 1828 dictionary. Since we're here, this is for the record. This is my answer to their census. Although I'm not obligated, but because I'm not a subject of their corporation. I don't work for their corporation. I'm not a creation of their corporation. I was created by the Creator, Abba Yah. So I'm not obligated to do anything under them. I worked for a living. I'm honorably retired. Therefore, all of my obligations to them has been passed. So, and then they have obligations that still due to me. It's not subject to, and it's not subject for debate. So let me see where I was looking for. Since I'm here, since you want to go ahead and play games, I'm gonna read information on the record to show you that I'm an original American. I'm not a corporate entity subject to a corporation. All right, let's see where we at with it. All right, this is the 1828 dictionary. American. Adjective pertaining to America. American. See, like all things that's in reality, that's not colorable, I fit the first definition of American. That's who I am. I'm bound to this land because this is our land. I'm going to read the definition to you. American. Adjective pertaining to America. American. Noun. A native of America. Originally applied to the Aboriginals. That's me. Or copper-colored races. Hold on. I'm saying, so they want to play games. They want to play games. Hold on, I'll be right up. I'll be right up. See, that fit about me. That's copper colored. Now I could have got like a darker colored pen. A penny that would have been really fit my skin, but this is about right. See, copper colored. Fit the definition. All right. Just for the record. Copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. See, and it's already on record that we've been here way before the Europeans got here. And I'm not talking about the so-called black Europeans. I'm talking about the colonizers. See, I don't fit the second part though. This is them. This the $5 version that they talk about. Just the second part. But now applied to the descendants of the Europeans born in America. See, I don't fit the second part, I fit the first part. See, all I want to do is be left alone. But since they playing games, just like they did the last time, because I know how they get down. But I'm doing this for the record so that, whatever happens, you already see that I've shown proof of who I am. Now let's go to race. That's why I said because when you say you're an Israelite and then you're indigenous to this land, that covers all of the so-called Indian races. The Aboriginal, the indigenous one, the first section of that definition. That covers us here. Okay. Let me get to race. This for the record. It's the same definition dictionary, 1828. This is the hardcover. This is not the online, but this is actually the book itself. Let me find it. All right, race. Noun, the lineage of a family or continued series of descendants from a parent who is called the stock. A race is the series of descendants indefinitely. You can't change your race. Thus, all mankind are called the race of Adam. That fits what the Most High say from the beginning. But then it breaks it down because the Most High said there is a chosen seed that only He has known. That's where I come from. The Israelites are the race of Abraham and Jacob. That's the 12 tribes. That's not a particular land person. That's 12 brothers. And I come from that seed here in these Americas because I'm an American by the first definition. And I've shown you the penny that I'm copper colored. The Israelites are of the race of Abraham and Jacob. Thus we speak of a race of kings, the race of Clovis, or Charlemagne, a race of nobles. See, I wasn't trying to boast none of that, but now since you're trying to make me prove it on the record, I'm showing you who I am. And what I am not. See, I meet the qualifications. I'm talking to you. But they have machines now that can talk to you, but you can actually see that I'm a living, sentient being. I'm a man. Created in the image of my Father, who created me. So I was never created by a corporation, so I don't owe them any obligations. I don't owe them anything. Now, let me look at the word Israelite. Let's see if it matches that race that they were talking about. Let me look that up real fast before I move on to something else. Yeah, let's see where we at. Alright, let's see what they got. Right here, Israelite. Now, a descendant of Israel or Jacob, a Jew. And I'm not a Jew from the standpoint of a Israeli. That's those people that were converted. I'm actually the bloodline. I'm an Israelite. The ones that the Father talks about in the scriptures. That's who I am. Now let me show you something. I've shown you who I am and who I'm not. Now I'm going to show you some stuff in the Black Laws Dictionary. See, they operate under the color of law. So I'm not obligated to abide by those things. It has no standing in law. Those things don't apply to me. According to their own information. Let's go to color first. Now, color. 1. Appearance, guise, or semblance, especially the appearance of a legal claim to a right, authority, or office. An apparent but legally insufficient ground of action, omitted in a defendant's pleading to exist for the plaintiff, especially the plaintiff's apparent false right or title to property, the existence of which is pleaded by the defendant as a confession or avoidance to remove the case from the jury by turning the issue from one of the fact to one of law. Colorable. See, these laws don't apply except for those who are part of the corporation or either subject to the corporation or either a property of the corporation. I don't fit in any of those. Now let's see color of law. Color of law. The appearance or semblance without the substance. See, they don't have the substance to try to make me do anything because I don't belong to them. I used to work for them, but now I'm retired. That makes me exempt from them. And since I'm exempt from them, that means I'm free. I'm discharged. Another word they use also, it means escape. Just like the scripture says, the Messiah said, pray that you're found worthy to escape. So I've been found worthy to escape from them. I'm retired from them. I don't owe them anything. I'm not obligated to them. I don't have to pledge allegiance to them. But yet, like I said, I'm not a hypocrite. I still use the services of the corporation. That's my right that I choose to use. But I don't have to pledge allegiance to it. Now let's go over the color of law again. The appearance or semblance without the substance of a legal right. They don't have the substance for a legal right over real people. That's why I don't give them the authorization to violate any of my rights. Matter of fact, give me back my conveyance, give me back everything that's mine. By right. Because you don't have the right to keep it nor take it. Nor harass me. I'm using your own law books. Your own information. The term, okay, let me read that again without interruption from me. I'm just going to read it clearly. Color of law, the appearance or semblance without the substance of a legal right. The term usually implies a misuse of power made possible because the wrongdoer is clothed with the authority of the state. State action is synonymous with color of law in the context of federal civil rights statutes or criminal law. I didn't say that. They said that. And I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not going to nobody's doors, bothering them, singling them out. But because they've done that, see, the circumstances cause me to be a leader in this instance because I have to. And I've used their own information to prove who I am and who I'm not. So this is for the record. I've answered, even though I don't have to, but I've answered their census who I am. I'm an original American by birthright, an Israelite by bloodline. And I've told you that those terms like Cherokee, Creek, Blackfoot, Chickasaw, all those things that they've applied to the people after us, but it's really our identities. This points out to the fact that I'm an Israelite, original American, here on this soil by birthright. So I've answered. And I've shown you they don't have a legal right to stand, though. But we know who they are and what they do, but I've answered in front of witnesses of who I am and who I'm not.